My first 6 months of Amazon All-In Arbitrage, I did 300 grand in sales, mostly merchant fulfilled. In December 22, I did over $50,000 in profit in a single month, mostly merchant fulfilling products. Today, we're gonna be talking about the bull case for merchant fulfilling products, how I've been super successful with, how some of my coaching students are having a lot of success with, and most importantly, how you can too. So if you're interested, make sure you watch the entire video, full merchant fulfill guide to help you increase your Amazon sales literally this week.
So we're going to break down basically all things merchant fulfilled in this video. So merchant fulfilling is where you actually go ahead and send products directly to the customer rather than sending them into Amazon FBA. It's best utilized during holiday and seasonal rushes that are limited by time. So for example, back to school, Q4, different seasonal opportunities during like soccer season starting, football season starting, and there's like cutoff, and that there's going to be a time when demand isn't high enough for those products. And so what you can do is that rather than waiting 2 to 3 weeks for that product to be available at Amazon FBA, you can order something today and then have it available within 3 to 5 days when that product comes in. Or if you're doing retail arbitrage, you can order it and have that product in hand and listed on Amazon that day potentially right there. So it's incredibly powerful being first to market, and you can pivot and replenish quicker. Basically right there. If you're under like $50,000 a month in revenue, 10 grand profit, and even just in general, I think you should have some merchant fulfilled strategy. Even if that just means when you get a product in and you're about to send it off to Amazon in a day or two, just list it FBM for 48 hours. There's very essentially no risk with that. And when something hits, you're going to be able to replenish that item way quicker and sell through your next round and subsequent orders a lot quicker. Like consider this, right? You buy a product and then it's probably not going to be available at Amazon for about 2 to 3 weeks, right? If you buy a product and list it FBM, you might have that item sold within a week. And not only are you going to get the money back quicker, you're going to be able to reorder that item quicker and then potentially reorder it quicker in the future too. And you're going to have the capital back, and it's going to start to build your muscle of reading keyword charts a lot quicker. So say you're watching this video and you've never sold a product on Amazon. It's completely fine, right? But you don't have any context around how different products perform, right? So you're not completely sure how it works and everything like that. So if you find something today, watching my videos, whatever, and go ahead and take advantage of that, right? And then you can just list products FBM and figure out if you can get the buy box. We're going to talk about that right there. And you might know if that was a good purchase within 7 days rather than within 3 weeks or 4 weeks potentially if it takes a little bit longer to check in. So that's going to massively compress your learning curve and give you more capital, but also intangible benefits of skill and muscle like that. If I was saying, if I give you $1 today versus $1 in 3 weeks, time cost of money, you would definitely take $1 today. And most of you guys don't even try to FBM stuff, and that's what it allows you to do basically with that. So don't overthink it, boys and girls. You don't need any fancy F and SKU labels. You don't need to print out the packing slips. All you need is poly mailers and boxes. So the poly mailers I like to use are right here, just from Amazon 9x12. It's also 12x16. It's cheap enough to buy in bulk. There's some other like third-party websites that have it as well right there. And then I think the box I use from Walmart are like 12x10x6, something like that. You'll see them when you go in there for like shoes and stuff. And then at scale, I'd recommend using Uline as well on that. In terms of the downsides of FBM, obviously there's naturally going to be some, so it's slightly more work. You definitely get less location independence unless you want to FBM using a prep center, and you're going to get less buy box share. The nice thing though is even if you're getting less buy box share, we're going to talk about how to see if you can FBM a product and how that actually goes. And you can easily test stuff, and if other people are FBMing, there's a good chance you can too. Meanwhile, there's massive upsides to FBM and combining it with your FBA strategy, and that is this better cash flow cycle. You can replenish stuff quicker. You're going to deal with a lot less price tanking, right? Because you're getting a product listed within just a couple of days of ordering it, when your competition's getting it listed within like 2 to 3 weeks, basically. So if you're new, right, naturally, you're not going to be finding the cream of the crop, hardest to find, lowest competition products, right? You're going to be finding stuff that other people are finding, right? On that. So what you can do with merchant build is be first to market and deal with a lot less competition and price taking, and you're going to learn a lot quicker, basically right there, which is fantastic. And even some items are cheaper to FBA than FBM, because when you FBA a product, you don't pay individual shipping, you pay bulk shipping when you're sending that product to Amazon. Meanwhile, when you FBM a product, you don't pay FBA fees, but you do pay individual shipping. Luckily though, FBA fees are based off of size and weight, and shipping individually is based off of size and weight with USPS and UPS. So it basically ends up being the same thing. What's nice is if a product is above like 40, 50 bucks and it's below 1 pound, it's actually cheaper to FBM it than FBA it in many cases as well. And so if you can get the buy box, it can be really advantageous basically. Testing quicker and speed to market are absolutely electric as well right there. And how could you see if you can actually FBM a product? So we're gonna take a look at that right here. So you can hop over to Amazon listing right here. Immediately, what I just wanna do is looking over on SellerAmp, I can see that there's other people that are FBMing this right here. So I can see there's 2 FBM sellers and 16 FBA sellers, right? So it's dominated by FBA sellers right here. So we can scroll down and see here, any of the FBM sellers priced competitively, and we can see that they're not, right? There's FBM up at 35, and then lowest price is 23 right here. So there's no FBM sellers priced competitively right here. And now what we want to do is actually come down here to the Keepa chart and go to right here and hit data, and then buy box statistics right here, and then take a look at the 90-day view right here. And now what we can see within the buy box statistics is the who's winning the buy box, which sellers, what percentage they're winning it at in the left column, and then the average price they're winning the buy box at. And we can see that right here over a 90-day window that about 29% of the buy box share and the second and third highest shares of the buy box are actually going to FBM sellers right here, as we can see that they don't have that check mark right there. So we can see this is most likely an FBM friendly product. There just aren't that many sellers doing it, but the ones that are doing it are getting a good amount of the sales right there. So you can hop into variations and take a look at another one of these as well. But you guys get the idea, right? It's looking in the buy box right there. Like, let's see, I'll take a look at like one of these really high competition ones right here. Right, we're just taking a look, and immediately you always want to check in the buy box and see if it's an FBM seller right there. But once this loads on SellerAmp, we can see right here that there's 92 FBA sellers and 18 FBM sellers right there. So if we go and hit data and then buy box statistics, something like this that has tons of competition, I don't think is going to be very FBM friendly, but we'll find out right here. And then we go to 90-day view, we can see, wow, actually a lot more sellers on this, so it's a lot more spread out. But you guys can see there definitely are some people FBMing it right here. And so just as a rule of thumb, I'd recommend, you want to see at least like 15 to 20% FBM buy box share. However though, if it's really high velocity, that can definitely be a lot less because there's much more sales to go around basically on that. But yeah, at least like 15 to 20. And the nice thing is you can easily just see like if our people price competitively FBM, and then go and look at the view, and you can see people are definitely getting the buy box FBM here, right? Even less than 1% on something that's selling crazy quick. This is a 93 BSR right there. We know money is being made. So like all we need to do is reverse engineer and see if other people are getting it to really validate it. And then the best data is always going to be when you're taking a look at it on our own. And like, even if you're, if you only do FBA shipments like twice a week, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesdays and Fridays, whatever like that, just automate with a virtual assistant or just do it yourself. List all those products FBM and then just transfer those listings over basically, or just relist them FBA and delete the FBM right there. All right, so that's how we go ahead and take a look at that right there. I want to take a look at one more right here on this specific product right here. We can see over on SellerAmp, it's a 48K BSR. So this moves nicely right here. Immediately in the offer summary, we can see there's 1 FBA seller and 9 FBM sellers right here. And if we scroll down here, we can see they're all nicely priced competitively, right? Or a couple of them are priced competitively within like 10%. Yeah, about 4 or 5 of them right there with 10% of the buy box. And then if we scroll down right here to the buy box stats, we can see that in the 90-day window right here, we can see a very good percentage of that are FBA sellers right there. And if we look on Keepa, and we can see that Amazon recently sold out here. So if we look at the 30-day view right here, we can see that, about, 35, 40% of the buy box shares FBM over the last 30 days, and the majority of it that's not Amazon right there. So it's pretty powerful stuff to be able to go ahead and do this. And like just to, like we can take a look at one more of these variations right here just to get a vibe on it. But like I said, you know, some products you're not going to be able to, some products you're going to be able to. The easiest part is just to get your own anecdotal data, list stuff for like 48 hours, right? Nice thing is, if it's good to FBM, it's definitely good to FBA as well, right? It's like you're not limited in that. If something doesn't sell well for a week or 5 days to FBM, who cares? Just FBA it. And it was worth the risk of that potentially those lost days right there. Yeah, let's see. This one's the exact same way right here, except, right, a lot of these FBM sellers aren't necessarily priced competitively, right? But I'm going to go ahead and assume based on where they were, which were priced competitively, that probably a lot of people are getting the buy box FBM right here. Okay, so we can see over 30 days, it makes sense that they weren't really, but there's also only been a couple competitive sellers and none of the FBM sellers are in that range. Well, this one seller is, but they might have just gotten on it. But if you go to the 90-day right there, we can see definitely there's some FBM buy box share going around on something like this right here. Now, the way you actually go ahead and estimate the cost right here is by taking a look on SellerAmp and going over the dimensions right there. We can see this weighs 2 pounds right here, and then I actually have a little guide on estimating FBM shipping costs as of 2022. I haven't done it. I think the shipping costs increased a little bit, but feel free to, you can estimate during using Pirate Ship right there. And so we can see this 1+ pound, I think that goes up to like 3 to 5 pounds in terms of these costs right there, but I don't really sell anything that's above that, so I pretty much only have this factored in. So we can see 2 pounds gonna ship for like 11 bucks average. What we do is scroll down on SellerAmp and then come down here and hit fulfillment type, toggle that to FBM, and then go ahead and add in our FBM cost, which would be the shipping right there, because I know that weighs 2 pounds, and then say we could pay like $35 for this, we would make $15 profit even after the FBM shipping cost right there. So you can definitely get the buy box FBM, guys. We can see on lots of these products right here, and it can be very profitable to execute if done correctly right there. I highly recommend you guys take advantage of this stuff. Let me know in the comments if it works. It's going to work for you, a lot of you guys, especially with back to school coming up in Q4 eventually, and either way, just in general on solid products like this right here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.